Nerds Talking, the podcast.
Yo, we talk about lightsabers, stunners, your TV screens, what you want to stream, everything beyond your dreams. Want to talk about movies, sports, or even politics? Go ahead and tune into us. We'll give you all of it. Whatever you're debating, Xbox or PlayStation, Marvel or DC, Mac or PC. Teraflops when the movie drops, gigabytes, chips, RAM, no matter what it is, we got all of it. Welcome to the show.
Nerds Talking, the podcast.
Welcome to Nerds Talking, the podcast. 1 year from today was our very first episode. And today I have Johnny, Carlos, Marie, and I'm Lafayette. A year ago, it was a little bit different. We had Dennis. Dun, dun, dun. Den. Never heard that before. Den.
All right.
Okay. But yeah, it's a whole different combination and a whole different show, really. So 1 year later, we have now 5 different people on the show. And Carlos, why don't you give a little insight before we ramp everything up about Nerds Talking and how you came about everything from the podcast to the website and how it initially started.
Well, back in the early 2000s, I had a website called underthescope.net, which was basically you review everything and anything, and anybody can contribute. Movies, games, music. You could just review anything. And that went for a little bit, and then it kind of died out. And then Dennis approached me and asked me to start it up again a year and a half ago. And I didn't let him know that I got rid of that domain. I didn't have it anymore. So then I came up with nerdsreviews.com. where you can basically do the same thing. Review whatever you want. Games, toys, movies, whatever. And along with it came a podcast, nerdstalking.com. Oh, Nerds Talking. The .com's coming shortly, but Nerds Talking. And from then we become an unstoppable enterprise.
We're pretty stoppable.
Conglomerate.
We're pretty stoppable. Like,
I mean, it just takes one guy to go.
Oh,
I
that's
can't make it
true.
this
If one
week.
guy doesn't show up, hey, we're not doing the show this week.
Yeah.
that's pretty stoppable. If Marie's got to play soccer, we're pretty stoppable.
Yeah.
You guys keep going without me.
Yeah, because we're just like you in soccer. We don't quit. So
Yeah, we could podcast from one of Marie's soccer games and hear her talking shit to everybody.
You
I
like
am
sub,
nice.
she can
I
sub
am
in
a
the
nice
game.
guy.
She can sub in the
Didn't you
game.
tell me a story about you cussing out people and then they were like, hey, don't cuss, there's kids around. You're like, fuck it, they gotta fucking learn anyway or some shit like that.
That was like 10 years ago.
Oh, but you're different now?
Yeah, I did.
Alright.
I had to learn.
Did you learn the hard way?
Because people didn't want to play with me. So I was like, okay, I gotta chill.
Well, I heard you switch teams and you're only girls. now.
Lesbian? Oh, what?
Yeah, only girls. Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
all girls team now. No more co-ed.
Well,
I changed it again. Now I'm on a co-ed team tonight.
How many teams do you play on? 8. Somehow you squeeze them in every day of the week.
I don't
You know,
play
there's
on
only
Tuesdays
7
and
days.
Saturdays.
We get done that.
Really?
Wait, I don't
You
get it.
only play Tuesday, and you don't play Tuesdays and Saturdays.
Yeah.
Wow, that's a lot of soccer.
I've gotten fat since the last time you guys saw me.
I hope you make it to like the.
more.
So soccer makes you fat?
I feel like it does.
You're not playing very well. Your
I'm
skill
playing
level is
no.
dropped.
I played 3
No.
outdoor games in
It's-
one day.
it's
I'm
because
losing
it's-
weight.
It's the after soccer activities. Let's go
Going
get some
home
beers. Let's go
and
eat
eating.
something. Let's hang out. Blah blah blah. Well, we just ran for 90 minutes, so it all you balance out. Doesn't
No,
work
you know
that
what?
well.
The one day of the week that I do that is Fridays, and I didn't even go to Friday for like a whole month. I went to see Joe Rogan. It was hilarious. Anyway,
Okay.
All right.
Congratulations, I think.
Cool deal. Cool.
Yeah.
You know what I like about women's soccer? It looks like real soccer. Like I was watching, there's a WNBA playoffs this week. And,
Yeah.
If I just want to watch people doing layups, I'll just fucking go in my backyard and do layups, Or if I want to watch somebody like pass really bad or dribble really bad, I could just
Mhm, mhm.
videotape myself. Like
Mhm.
it's just not exciting. But women's soccer, it looks like a real sport. They get at it. They're good.
it's boring.
You know what I enjoy about women's soccer? They don't flop. As soon as
Yeah,
they hit the ground,
why-
they're
well,
right
that's
back
why
up,
it's
and right
boring.
back into the game. right back into the game. That's
I like the
boring to
commercial
you. You'd rather
breaks.
watch them
I don't know.
flop.
I'd rather watch them like,
Sad.
oh God.
So you'd rather have like a Neymar
God.
barely get clipped on his shoelaces, and then he rolls all the way down the field holding his face. That's
I
stupid.
think
That
we've
guy's
had
an
this
idiot.
conversation before about women's sports and how it's just not the same as men's. Like the things that they do, the kind of technique, the dribbling, the kind
It's
of
not the same. No,
guess,
nothing. Yeah.
like
Soccer
skill-
is, because I don't know much about soccer, but when you watch NBA versus WNBA, just night and day
Night and day.
difference.
Night and day.
Women's soccer, I mean, just soccer in general. Like I feel like it looks better to me.
You're trying to say it's boring. I think that's what you
No,
want to say.
I'm saying that
No,
it's
you're not
more-
wrong. If
more
you watch,
comparable to
yeah,
men's,
yeah.
you know,
if you
or
watch
just regular
baseball
soccer.
or softball, you're not going to care for softball, right?
I like
Right.
softball.
And if you
Well,
watch
'cause you're a lesbian now,
women's,
that's fine.
yeah. And if you watch women's, like you said, soccer is that way. Because I can watch women's soccer and be like, oh, okay,
Yeah, I'll
I'm
be
somewhat
entertained.
entertained, but I'm pretty sure the commercials will still be better. But
I don't know. I
but
do not
men's
like women's
men,
soccer.
it's men. Just more
What
athletic.
commercials? What are you talking about? There's no
I
commercials. in
will say
soccer.
the commercials during like
Oh no, that's when I
kind of
flip it.
women's soccer WNBA, it's like very women empowerment
Women
type
driven.
of- yeah, and it's like, all right,
You know how bad women's soccer is? It's the only soccer they put commercials in. They cut away from the game. You know. Anyway, thanks for stopping by. 1 year anniversary show. Carlos brought up this topic, so we'll jump on this one first to start the show. Brand names. As you're older and you shop, is brand name still a big thing for you? Maybe there's a particular item where you have to have the brand name, or even when you go shopping for, say, furniture. Or I don't know so much about that, but
Oh, furniture. What the fuck?
well, if you know furniture, then you'll go shopping for particular furniture brand. But I'm talking about clothing and even watches and even things like hats and purses. Are brand names still something, say after, I would say after 40, you give a shit about?
I
And
don't
if
know.
you
I'm
do,
not 40.
if you do, well, no,
Whoa.
you're not 40, but you could pass for 50. But I mean, look how fat you've gotten.
Wow,
Holy
that's
shit.
rude.
Ooh,
But I
that's,
need
that's,
to- but-
you might get
Let's be
canceled.
honest and
You
not
might
passive
get
aggressive
canceled
about it.
real quick.
Wow. Wow.
Who's gonna cancel us? You tell me who's gonna cancel us? Huh?
I'll
Hold
lose
on,
it.
Marie. I noticed
I'll
you
lose it
did your
faster than you
ponytail on the side of your head. Is that because you're too fat to reach all the way to the back and do it in
No.
the back of your head?
Fat
All
jokes
right,
not
just
cool,
checking.
Because I'm
The
bro.
ghetto
people
as fuck.
listening, for the people listening,
That's not a cool
Marie
joke.
is tiny.
Yeah,
Like we're
she's
we're
not
just
fat.
it's an ironic
No,
thing.
I
She's
am.
not
I'm fat. I'm fat
shut
right
your
now.
ass up because
I don't know.
Hey, wait,
people
hold
might
on.
think
Before
we're
we
bullies.
Fat
continue
right
the
now.
before we continue the brand conversation, how much did you weigh prior to being a big fat turd?
120.
Okay, how much do you weigh now?
122.
130. Maybe
You
135.
get your
hold
fat ass
pounds.
off this
I'm
podcast.
5 feet
Just
tall.
get the-
This
I
is a
am 5
podcast, not a fat
tall.
cast.
I
Get
am
your
5
fat-
feet tall.
From now on, I want you to talk like, yeah, hey, I mean, if I have an opinion,
Like you have food in your mouth all the
Yeah.
time.
I am 5.
you're only 5 feet tall.
Right. So 10 pounds is like 20 pounds to a regular person.
But
No,
you only
that's not how it
gain
works. 10
5.
pounds, still 10 pounds.
Who on this show is not a regular person? I
Yeah,
thought
who's
getting 10
not a
pounds
regular?
is
What
10
would
pounds.
be a non-regular person?
No,
Someone
no,
making
I,
fun of
I get
midgets.
it. I
5'5"?
get it. If I'm 350 and I lose 5 pounds, it's like throwing a lawn chair off a sailboat or a cruise ship. It's not gonna make that much of a difference, right? But for her, it's a pretty big difference.
Yeah, because he's only 4'6".
But you're not fucking fat. You shut your mouth. People are gonna think we're
What are you- wait,
assholes
how tall are
because we're
you?
making fun of you.
She's 5
tall are you?
feet and 250.
You're 5 foot. You're 5 foot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Were you 5'1" before the 10 pounds?
Did it weigh you down?
No, it's only going this
Pull
way.
you down? Oh, it's going sideways.
Oh,
No, you know what? I sat at my piano bench and I felt like I got shorter. I feel like gravity.
because you sat down.
No. Oh my god. You're annoying.
Oh, thanks for coming back to the show. This is fantastic. Wow.
Anyways,
Carlos, who was the very first
doesn't matter. I'm
guest?
not 40.
Who was the very first guest host we had? Was it Hugh?
I think me and Hugh at the same time.
Probably. Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah, I
think
think
so.
so. And
Yeah, I
Johnny
think
was,
Hugh and Marie were actually at the same time.
You know
Yeah,
the
yeah,
old
yeah.
saying, Johnny come lately.
Or at
So,
all.
Well,
Yeah.
hey, hey, what that bitch to you?
Actually, I think out of all the guest hosts, Johnny has racked up the most episodes for sure. He's not even a guest host; he's just part of the crew. So we don't have guest hosts really anymore. I guess Hugh would be a guest host at this point. We'll see him in the future sometime.
So if we made any money off of this, I would get 30%.
No, nice
Absolutely.
try.
3 cents coming your way, buddy.
You get royalties.
Cents coming your way.
Yeah, I mean, I am working with some sponsors right now. Yeah, Jenny Craig, because they heard about Marie. Weight Watchers.
Whatever. If I have to gain the weight to lose the weight and make some money, I'll do it.
Oh,
Do you wear sweats all day?
yeah. What comes with being fat these days?
I have to wear leggings now because my thighs are chafing and it's hurting.
Yes.
I've never had that before in my life.
Yeah,
Wow.
welcome to my world.
Wow.
Welcome to the world of fatness.
Johnny's ankles chafe.
Oh
That's how
my!
far we're going.
Remember in The Office when Michael Scott does a Fat Albert?
Everybody.
Hey.
Marie, will you do that tonight when you go to the soccer game?
No.
Marie's the type
man.
of person that shows up with a box of donuts for everyone. Did you call your landlord to widen the door for you?
When you get to the point
What
where
is this first segment? Fat shaming? What the fuck is going on right now?
No,
but she's not fucking fat. So
I
it's
know
like,
that's the joke.
That's
the
the
joke.
joke.
She's not
But
This
fat.
is the ironic
It's just-
segment.
Like, what are you gonna do now when you go to like Spirit Halloween for a costume? I know, and this is embarrassing, but where's the fat section?
just,
And they're like,
out of breath.
Yeah.
Where's the?
I just
had to walk from here.
Just-
Do you guys have any diabetes in a can? I need something to drink.
When you get to the point where you drop a quarter and you're like, fuck it, I ain't picking that shit up. Then you're
so
fat.
that's when it's over.
No, yeah.
That's when it's
When you
over.
drop a quarter, been
Yeah.
there.
See,
I mean, when you
should
tie
never
your
say
shoes, you
anything,
just want to
'cause
go
you're
back to
not-
bed because you're
you
too
know.
fucking tired.
I guess here's one thing: has anybody commented and actually told you, "Oh, you look like you gained some weight"?
But not like your close friends, because they're assholes. We're assholes.
No, it could be your close friends because your close friends will tell you the truth.
In the same week, I got 2 pregnancy comments.
Oh wow!
Oh,
Wow.
Boobies
By someone
bigger.
that's not close, and then
Wow.
someone, my mom. Look,
Your
she
mom
was
at-
pregnant. I was like, bitch.
Wow! You've ate so much equal than a baby.
No, look, check it out. So this other chick, I was just playing really bad one night and I was just tired. And she said, "Oh my God, Marie, what's wrong with you? Are you pregnant?" I was like, "What the fuck? Why would you say that?" And then 3 days later, my mom made the pregnant comment. And I was like, that's why she said it, because she has a million kids. So she thinks everyone's pregnant, but I'm just fat.
Wait, so your teammate said it at the soccer game?
Yes, during the middle of the game.
During the game. Think about that real quick. Hey, we're short one player. Hey, invite that pregnant chick, you know. Maybe she can run around a little bit. I know she's 6
No,
months
look.
in, but
She's crazy. She played until she was 7.5 months pregnant and then started playing 2 weeks after she had her baby. Like she's
That's
That's
dedication,
dedication.
and
Savage.
stupidity.
That's
I
gonna
tell
be
you.
you.
I tell you,
That's
people
gonna
that
be you.
people
I can
that-
only have my baby on Tuesdays and
Yeah.
Saturdays because I got a game.
or the bathroom at the indoor soccer arena. Oh, for real. Oh man. So
Well, congratulations, Brain.
yeah, congratulations. I don't know how far along you are, but ask your
Boy or
mother.
girl? You got any pick any names out yet?
Are the people at the soccer arena rude to you? They just come to you when you subs out of the game. They just walk up to the hot dog. You ordered this, right? Like what? No. Okay,
Funny
my bad.
story.
Oh, funny story. Here we go.
Funny story. It's not really that funny. At a soccer tournament, I ate like 7 hot dogs and I played really well. So it's kind of a joke that yes, they would totally give me the hot dog. to eat.
Wow. You're the Joey Chestnut of soccer.
Huh?
Congratulations, Joey Chestnut. All right, we'll
Hot
take a break.
dogs.
We'll get to the brand thing after this because this whole segment was sponsored by Marie and her
It's
You guys should
sponsored by
sponsor
Marie
me.
Calendars.
Marie calendars, the pies.
I love time.
Yeah, we know you do. All right, we'll be right back after this on Nerds Talking the podcast.
Hey there, true believers. Check out Legends of S.H.I.E.L.D. podcast.
It's a fan-based podcast dedicated to all things Marvel Comics.
Join our host,
The engineer.
the rocket scientist,
And the mad scientist.
and check us out at legendsofshield.com.
Welcome back to Nerds Talking, the podcast. We're with Johnny, Carlos, Marie, and I'm Lafayette. Remember to rate, subscribe, review, turn on notifications, leave a comment, tell all your friends. Brand names when you purchase stuff. We're finally going to get to it. So when you guys purchase, stick to things like things you wear, from hats to watches to shoes to clothing. Do you care for brand names when you go out shopping? Are you an Old Navy guy or the Gap? Because when that's not brand name to me. We're talking about Nike, we're talking about Louis Vuitton, all that, all the super commercialized branding. Marie's the only one under 40, so she'll does it matter much for you when you go to like what is it, short and tall section or whatever, the big and tall?
Short and
Like,
tall.
Short and tall. Short and tall. Yeah. So I'm about average. I'm 6 feet. Okay, you're short and tall. I got you. Marie, no, brand name, especially for a woman, because women, they love shopping. Is that the line?
Women be shopping.
Women be shopping.
Stop a woman from shopping.
So, Marie, so when you shop, is brand name something that's like your go-to? You're not going to Walmart and Target to buy the off-brand stuff.
I just bought Copas.
Ooh,
Copa,
really good.
Adidas, Copa
Moondog.
Mundial, whatever they're called. I don't even know how to say it.
Copa Moondog. Come on now.
What?
Copa Moondog.
Oh,
Johnny?
yeah. That
Copa
guy.
Mundo.
The cleats, the kangaroo leather cleats, but that's just
Ooh,
because
where'd you get kangaroo
I know
leather
that they're
from?
gonna last, and I just had another pair. It kind of depends on what I'm buying.
Because
I
I
think-
do see a Walmart box right behind you.
I see an Adidas
Isn't
box
that
too.
Is that a Walmart box?
It is a Walmart.
It's food, of course. It's food.
Where? I'm
Uh,
gonna unbox it.
A full
Okay,
box
you
of
unbox
food.
it in front of
A
us.
full box of food.
Okay, so the thing is, when you buy stuff for sports, you're gonna buy the better stuff, so that makes sense. But I'm talking about not, if I go, play on a basketball team, I want to buy some good basketball shoes, But when I go to, for instance, I don't go to buy Nike t-shirts, Adidas t-shirts. I just more or less buy okay. I more or less just buy. We're unboxing at the moment, so Carlos, you explain the unboxing as we
Those
go.
cookies, vanilla.
Wow, holy
sandwich
crap!
cookies.
That is a
Damn,
huge
that's a
amount of
huge-
knockoff
yeah.
Oreos.
10 pounds, huh?
Oh, now we see where it's coming.
Yeah.
We got okay. Everything's kind of
Oh,
healthy. Everything's kind of
Not
healthy. So
really.
the
Just
Triscuits,
to make up for the big ass
popcorn.
bag of cookies.
It's
Yeah,
that's
the
it.
size that they sell them in.
Good lord, that's a lot of cookies though.
I'll probably have to throw them away.
And you
Throw them
oh,
away in your
them away.
mouth.
Yes,
Don't-
exactly. Yeah, exactly.
I'm gonna throw them away in a glass of milk.
don't want to
I've
wait.
had to throw ice cream away because
They're easier to throw away if they're soggy in milk.
I would say the only brand thing I buy is shoes. That's it. That's the only thing brand wise I buy. I usually buy Adidas shoes if I buy shoes. But other than that, I'll buy a shirt at Target if it's like Back to the Future, whatever the hell. It isn't a graphic T-shirt or a plain color T-shirt. I'm not gonna spend $30 on a Adidas, Nike, or whatever. It's gonna be basically just shoes. To be honest, I will buy like a good brand pair of shoes. Other than that, I mean,
what if it's like someone's jersey?
to be honest, you know
Some
what?
sale.
After the age of 40, no more jerseys rocking here. Yeah, I don't wear jerseys anymore. I had probably had a good 6 basketball jerseys and a couple of Team USA soccer jerseys and Portugal jerseys I'd wear here and there, but after a certain age, you just don't. I think you don't wear those type of things anymore.
But the cheaper quality stuff, they don't last as long. That's like iron-on emblems and whatnot. So your logo is going to be coming off after like 3 or 4 washes. So sometimes it'll benefit you to buy the name brand stuff.
I know.
When
I
it
do
comes to
believe-
sports stuff.
The thing is, when you buy stuff like a jersey, let's say a basketball jersey, spend the $100 to get the good one, because you're probably not going to buy a bunch of those, and you're not going to wear it often. So sure, buy one good jersey, but you're not going to go buy $40 t-shirts every time you want a new t-shirt. What was that really popular brand like 10 years ago? everybody and their mom wore their t-shirts and had the crazy like dragon patterns on it. And
On Dutch or something.
no, not Von
Ed
Dutch.
Hardy.
Ed Hardy that would charge you like $40 a t-shirt. And they look
that's kind of ridiculous.
And they look cheap as shit. But all the cool people wore it, you know. So
Do you remember back in the day, I was in middle school, they had I think they're called anoraks, and they're from Old Navy, and everyone had one. It's like you can put it in a little pouch, zip it up.
What is it?
Pouch with the coat. It was a rain jacket, but then you take it off and you put it in
in a pouch. Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? An anorak. I think that's what it's called.
I
Everyone
remember
had
I'm not sure of the name, but I know what you're talking about. I had one. I had a different kind as well that it had a little belt on it too. You can wear it like a fanny pack. It wasn't a fanny pack, but you wear it like that because where else are you gonna put it when you put it in a pouch? Yeah.
Good idea.
I don't even remember that. Maybe.
Yeah.
Now I have to go to Old Navy and ask about anorexic or whatever you said. So anthrax? You say anthrax?
I wish I was.
You wish you were on you wish you had anthrax?
Anorexic.
No, she was anorexic.
Yeah, what would you want to be anorexic for?
Because she's fat.
I wouldn't eat all that food. Did you not just see everything that came out of that box? I ordered popcorn to be delivered to my house from Walmart.
Yeah, no, I saw that. The thing is, how would anorexia make you not want to eat all that crap you bought?
Because I had a job interview at this place, and it was for anorexic girls or people, and they actually have phobia of food. They had phobias, legit phobias of food.
But anorexia is the one where you eat and then you put your finger down your throat.
No.
That's
bulimia.
Oh, okay.
But wait, you had a job interview at an anorexic place?
Yeah, like a long time ago.
To help like the girls out?
Setting goals.
So they can gain weight, yeah.
Yeah, see, if you interview now,
were you the model?
It was they were hella white.
No, if you went now, you get the job day one. Yeah, you would get the job day one walking if you went now. Because they'd be like, "Oh, you're perfect. Oh, you're that perfect amount of fat."
I'm the poster child.
Show these girls what they need to look like, and show them your order from Walmart. See if they want to eat it. Okay, Johnny.
The worst. I'd be at the front counter of the anorexia place, just eating my ass off.
Johnny would be the president.
Sorry, I got barbecue sauce on your application.
Yeah. So you weigh 37 pounds. Good Lord. You're
I shit that
tall.
today.
I just ate 37 pounds. Anyway, this show's going downhill. Johnny, brand names.
Brand names weren't the last time I remember it being, I would say, important to me was 8th grade starter jackets.
Mm-hmm.
That's the last time. I had a Lakers starter jacket. We paid $100 for it. And my mom was like, "You don't get any birthday presents after this. You don't get shit for like 2 years." And I was like, worth it. But,
it was worth it?
Oh, yeah. Because I think the other like sports jacket at the time was like Chalkline or something like that. And that was a cheaper brand. It was probably like 50% less. But
yeah, those are kind of shitty though.
Yours was the white satin one, right? Didn't you have the white one?
I had the black one.
The black one.
Yeah, I have the purple satin, baby. You know what I'm saying? Locked up in the vault, ain't coming out from 87. Yeah, just sitting there. Still fits like a glove.
I'm sure it does.
Meaning that it'll only fit on your hand?
I'm one hand. Oh, man.
Yeah, that's what the last time it was important. Now, clothes, if it fits, if it's comfortable, then I'm going to buy it. But
yeah,
it doesn't have to be brand name.
Yep.
Well, the reason I brought it up was because someone was telling me a story of how they go to the outlets to buy, and they bought a pair of shoes called Todd's or Tim's. I know they weren't Tom's. I know what Tom's are, but these weren't Tom's. These are like expensive dress shoes. I think they're called Todd's. Anyway, he told me, "Oh yeah, I got a pair for like $125. That's a good deal." I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about, so I don't know if that's a good deal. Oh, it's a hella good deal. They're like $600 shoes. I'm like, cool story, man. I don't give a shit. You know, I'm not into brand names like that. That's ridiculous. And to spend that kind of money is ridiculous. I remember in middle school, I was going to Target buying Champion because I couldn't afford a name brand. But now all of a sudden, Champion is like super expensive. I know.
Champion's made a comeback.
Yeah, but you know what I noticed, that not name brands or not having name brands is not as big of a deal as it is these days as it has been in the past. Like there's a lot more like what they call fast fashion out there. Like you think about it, they got like there's not a lot of stores in the malls. Brick and mortar stores are not very popular. So name brands like that, like I think maybe Nike and Adidas, they're surviving, you know, the very, very high end, like Lou Button and whatever, maybe Tommy Hilfiger, they're still surviving, but all these other places, they're not surviving. The name brands aren't like, they're not a thing anymore. People want to buy just really cheap, cute Kim Kardashian type clothes. I mean, for girls.
No, you're not wrong. I think I do think younger people still thrive off of, you know, rocking the brand apparel. I say younger. I'm talking about parents.
It's more of a high school thing, though.
That's what I mean. I'm talking like, that's how young I'm talking, like 15. For instance, I have a nephew that he's like that. He'll only wear Nike shoes. He only wants clothes from certain stores. They have to be this brand or that brand, and that's that. So
I know who you're talking about. He was groomed.
Yeah, well, Michael Jackson groomed kids too.
But I mean, don't you think that when he finally has to start buying shit on his own, like,
he's gonna buy that stuff? Yeah.
But I mean, you have to be able to afford it. Like,
he's gonna go to the clearance section.
Yeah.
No, he's going to go into debt. He's going to go into debt. He's probably never going to have to pay for it. He'll probably stay at mom so that he could buy that.
I mean, he's only like
that's what
11
happened
right now. It's not
I know. I guarantee
he ain't got no future.
He gets older.
He likes Nike shoes.
I will say, like, because growing up, like my parents used to, you know, buy me the cheaper shoes. Like I'd get Converse, just in the clearance section or whatever. But the day that I bought some Nikes, like I shaved like 1 or 2 minutes off my mile time, like just a different shoe. No, seriously.
What'd you say?
I shaved like 2 minutes off my mile time. It was in 8th grade. I mean, but I was running like 8 minutes, and then I started running like low 6s after that. After
because
I
it gave you more confidence. Like
because I had shoes that fit the sport. Because my dad was just buying me Converse that were like basketball shoes, basically.
Oh, okay.
And so
that makes sense.
Nike owns Converse. Not that they're basketball shoes, but
they do now.
Oh yeah, they do. I saw some Chuck Taylors at the Nike outlet, and I was like, "Hey, dude, I think someone did a switcheroo on you. I think someone put their Chuck Taylors in there." He said, "No,
and Adidas owned Reebok."
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Do they really?
Who owns Puma? I know they're owned by someone.
Puma owns its own thing.
Puma is his own thing.
Are they still their own thing?
Like brothers with the Adidas guy, right?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know.
And the Adidas guys are brothers.
Are we spreading rumors now?
And Nike also owns Cole Haan. Cole Haan.
Also Hurley. Don't they also own Hurley?
They do own Hurley.
Well.
Yeah. All right. Well, looks like 3 people here aren't buying branded stuff, and somebody's still buying food in a box from Walmart. So
does anyone here have an expensive expensive purses?
No, I don't have. I'm not a purse girl, but I have hellish shoes.
Do you buy expensive shoes?
I used to. I can't afford it now.
Yeah, well, because you're buying cookies.
I know.
So it comes out of the budget. So
yeah.
No, bigger shoes cost more money.
Actually,
that's right. You need bigger shoes. Yeah. Do you want to wear Crocs now? Like extra wide? Anyway, we'll take a break here on Nerds Talking, the podcast.
Do you have that favorite bad movie you can't help but love?
Or good movie your friends have never heard of that you demand they all see?
Then the Never Heard of It podcast is for you. We're your hosts, Michael Fight
and Caleb, and we scour the streaming universe, discovering movies you've likely never heard of and giving them a chance to help you plan your next movie night.
Will it be good?
Will it be bad?
Will it have an animatronic snake coming out of the toilet?
The only way to find out is by joining the Never Heard of It podcast each week, wherever you get podcasts.
Or on the Night Shift Radio YouTube channel.
Welcome back to Nerds Talking, the podcast, here with Johnny, Carlos, Maria, and I'm Lafayette. And Netflix released a series recently called Midnight Mass. It's one of their top-rated shows from the creator of The Haunting of Hill House and The Haunting of Bly Manor. And it's pretty good. It was hyped up as a horror show, though. And I love horrors. Like, give me some horrors. Give me the scaries.
Give me some horrors.
I thought he said horrors.
Give me the heavies.
Yeah. Well, you know about that one. Yeah. People see you, they scream. But it's just, I watched it. It was good. It's a really good show. Nothing scary about it. That one thing. So I don't know if you guys like horrors, but what
Horror.
would you constitute as a horror movie?
Machines.
Like, what's a?
What machines?
I have no idea what's going on. But what's a horror movie to you, or a horror TV show? Something that actually you would constitute as a horror movie or a horror TV show to you? And what? Yeah, like that's how I view it. Like what is it that you would say is a horror? Is it something that scares you, or something that horrifies you after the fact, or
you really
both?
need to be more clear about this horror thing, because if you are, it really sounds like horror.
We could do another segment on that.
Yeah,
let's just talk about horrors. Look at your Pornhub search engine.
Horror movie.
Horrors.
Horror movie.
Classifies a horror.
Well, a horror movie would. Listen.
Well,
no, I mean, because like I said, I watched it and it wasn't scary, and it's classified as a horror, but it does like it's the thought of what happens in the show to me that was horrifying. Like, oh my god,
what happens in the show?
I can't give it away.
Why?
Can you give me a premise?
Yeah, sure. Midnight Mass is basically about a small island. Well, only has about 300 people living in it, and they're very like 300, and they're all church going folk. But the priest one day is gone, and a young priest shows up, and they have no clue who this guy is. But basically, he's promising miracles, and that he met an angel, and that he'll cure Alzheimer's, and he'll cure this paralyzed girl, and this and that, and it starts happening, and nobody knows how until you find out the twist. Dun, dun, dun.
They're all dead.
No, it's not freaking Lost.
Well, if the twist is something gory, or let's say the twist isn't gory, but just like somebody dies, then it's just, wouldn't it constitute as a thriller show instead of horror?
That's just it. To me, it was more of a mystery, like you said. It was more of a mystery.
Like Jim Jones, it's like they all smoked. He poisoned the water, and they all are imagining it all. Right? That's it.
No, it's not it. Wow, good try. Well, like for instance, you watch a movie like they'll tell you that Halloween that's coming out, Halloween Kills, another Halloween movie with Michael Myers. They'll tell you that's a horror movie,
right?
So when you see a movie like that, what's the horror aspect to you? Is it the gore? Is it that is it horrifying after the fact? Do you think something like that might happen to you? Or, it's like, for instance, Nightmare on Elm Street. It did scare the shit out of me after watching it, because I was like, I better not fall asleep. This son of a bitch gonna get me. And that is
factor. I think it's a fear factor.
Yeah, it's whole, and that like the very first Blair Witch Project, that scared the shit out of me.
Yeah.
Because I worked in a building that they turn all the lights off. And I'm like,
I didn't know that thing was fake until like, I don't know, a month or two later.
After the fact.
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought it was real.
How come the cops aren't looking for these kids?
Because they did.
And how's it that they found the camera footage in the house, and whoever found it survived, the producers, or when the kid was in the corner and the camera just falls, and we're blowing the whole movie for people. God damn.
The way that it was put out, I thought that they just found some videotapes in the woods.
Yeah. No, that's exactly. Yeah.
Because remember that not too long after or before that, some people found some videotape in the woods, and there was this dude like watching the fire that he set, and he was like, and they end up catching him. Remember that? Pretty sure it was in California, but they found some videotape on the side of the road, and he was like, "Look at the fire! It's fucking beautiful," and this and that. And I don't know how they tracked him down, but he basically left evidence like out on the side of the highway.
Was that a horror for you?
It was reality TV at its finest.
I just, like, again, that's all we're talking. Carlos and I were talking about this. I think Johnny, you were part of it at the end of the show last week off air, but just, again, you classify a movie as a TV show as a horror movie, and I'm like, okay, give me the scares. Let's do this. I love scary shit. And it was just a mystery more than anything. It's a good show, though.
What about Dexter? What would you classify that as?
Dexter would be more of a thriller to me. A thriller drama. Yeah.
A drama.
There was a lot of gore. It was pretty graphic.
But it wasn't a horror. It wasn't like like, I don't know, like a Friday the 13th story or like Saw or just,
Would your kids be scared if they saw it?
Saw what? Midnight Mass?
Dexter?
No, anything. Does that maybe that's what constitutes something as scary, horror?
Ori?
I think a horror movie has to have. Does it really have? I don't know, a supernatural sense to it. I mean, they can't.
Most of them do though. The ones that are
like,
really scary have a supernatural factor.
Like Exorcist is a horror movie.
Yes,
but it's the horror part of, again, it's the horrifying aspect of it.
Well, it was more than that though. It wasn't just the concept of exorcism and ghosts and whatnot. The bitch fucking crab walked down the stairs. That's kind of a horror movie to me. Or she was like in the corner or the corner of the ceiling or whatever, right?
Well, no,
like
that's
it
just
was
you're
visually
not wrong.
it had horror aspects in it. It wasn't it wasn't a slasher movie.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Imagine you walked in your house and all of a sudden, your kid's 12 and doing that down the stairs. Like, no, for sale.
Not my kid.
For sale. You spank him. Stop that shit.
Get your fat ass up the stairs. But what about, like, say, Constantine? Would you say that's more action? But I mean,
Constantine, that's a good one. I would say
Keanu
that's
Reeves movie?
the Keanu Reeves
Mhm.
one. No,
Yeah.
to me that's it's not a horror. It's a supernatural thriller.
What about
Sci-fi.
like stigmata? Would that be classified as is that what it was called? Stigmata?
Stigmata. Oh,
Stigmata's
okay.
pretty good. I don't think it's a
Stigmata
horror
would
movie,
be-
though.
remind me of that one. It's been a long
Stigmata
time.
is with I forgot her name. She was from True Romance.
Oh wait, is that the
Arquette.
where he
Arquette.
like
Patricia Arquette.
What do you call
Patricia
it?
Arquette.
He's like investigating a crying statue or some shit. Is that Stigmata?
No,
She keeps getting like the
Oh, she keeps getting like puncture wounds in her arms.
she
like
gets
where
all the
Jesus would
same
have
thing
had.
Jesus got. She got
Gotcha.
the crown of thorns on her feet. She gets the punctures. Her hands gets the puncture. She got stigmata. Yeah.
like M. Night Shyamalan movies are usually classified as horror movies, but they suck. Like no horror. I mean, he tries to get you with those jump scares every once in a while, but they just don't work.
To me, his movies are more thrillers.
Yeah.
What
Me,
about
they're
the
more
ring?
garbage.
The ring was really scary, I thought.
The Ring was good.
Hell yeah.
The
that was
Ring,
scary.
that's another one. It's classified as a horror movie. That one was, but see again, it has a
Science
no,
fiction.
but it has supernatural. Has a
Aspect,
supernatural sense
right.
to it. So
Like The Grudge.
The Grudge, The Grudge. Yep.
Now, is a horror maybe because of the lasting effect? Like after
That's
you
what
see
I'm
a
saying.
movie,
Horrifying
you're checking
effect.
corners. You're,
See that?
you know what I'm saying?
To me, that's a horror. Like zombies. Zombies are when you first see a zombie movie as a young kid, it's scary to you because you're like, oh shit, hope that shit never happens. And then you walk by a cemetery, like, oh, run by the cemetery.
Okay, two things. One, is it a horror movie because it's not supernatural? He's just a clown.
No, it is supernatural.
It is supernatural.
He's not a real
He's a
clown.
giant
He's not a real clown.
Supernatural
spider.
clown.
The supernatural.
He's
clown.
a ghost
spider?
clown or some
He's a
shit.
giant spider. Did you
He's
not see the
actually
movie?
he's actually an alien.
Mm.
Stupid.
What
Anyway.
about
So stupid.
what's the other one?
We'll wait for you.
The Pet Cemetery. Is that
But see, supernatural aspect.
Yeah,
See?
because
You
animals come back from the dead.
What about Saw? There's no supernatural aspect in that.
See, that's a good one.
that's a
Saw.
thriller.
Saw
Good
Is it
was.
a, I guess it
And
is.
it has a twist.
I would say it's a
Saw-
thriller as well.
Saw is categorized as a horror movie for sure.
Yeah.
It is
Is it?
categorized as a horror movie.
Mm.
There's
Because
a lot of gore in it.
I mean, again, it's the aspect of, is it horrifying? If you were all of a sudden woke up in that type of situation, like, you know what I mean? Like, this is where we're going to talk about Squid Games in the future, but Squid Games is the same type of premise.
What about, there was a movie came out in the 90s with the guy from Boy Meets World. It was not Cabin in the Woods, but it was Cabin Fever. It didn't have
no,
a
such
supernatural
garbage.
aspect to it. It had the it had the
It was gross.
the
That movie
scourge.
was
It was a
disgusting.
scourge, but it had no supernatural aspects to it, and it was still a horror movie, wasn't it?
Yeah, that counted as a horror movie. Yeah, I did. But it was, when you watch that movie, Carlos and I saw that movie in the theaters.
Almost
It
walked
was-
out of that shit.
It was disgusting.
It was stupid.
Which one was
It wasn't
Cabin
even.
Fever?
It wasn't even that dumb.
Yeah, it was Cabin Fever
just-
with I think the main character was that dude from the Disney Channel who's got the porn star name, Ryder Strong.
Yeah, the guy from Boy Meets
Yeah.
World.
Yeah.
Boy Meets World.
Yeah. That's his name, Ryder Strong. That's a great porno name. But
Yeah, no,
There
he
it is.
basically the
Disney
premise of
kid,
that
so-
movie is these people all go camping
something in the water.
cabin. Yeah, there's something in the water, and basically it's what's that flesh eating disease or whatever.
It's like
Leprosy.
Yeah, and it starts
toxic
just
water, or some
killing
shit.
all of them off.
No, it turns them crazy and they start killing each other.
No, they don't turn them
Yes,
crazy.
they do.
No. Remember, they start like freaking like almost like melting. They put like the girl that is like the pretty girl of the movie. They put her in the separate cabin outside or the shitter.
Oh yes.
And because they're like, oh my god, what's happening to her? And then the dude right before she starts basically melting or whatever, the guy tries to bang her, and it was horrible. Like I was like, oh no, don't do that. This is gross.
No, he does, and then he tries to pour like Listerine on his. Himself,
remember, and then it
thinking,
happens to him because he basically
he
got
starts falling
infected.
apart.
Yeah, he got infected. Yeah, that movie was disgusting. I was like, oh my god, what am I watching?
What?
That was horrible.
Horrible.
Cabin in the Woods is the one with
No,
Chris
but
Chris
that being
Hemsworth.
comedy because it's kind of funny.
It's kind of dumb.
And we know
Yeah.
we know what's happening, but it's like I don't know. I love that movie. I fucking love that movie.
No, it's
It
not a
was-
bad movie.
It was
It's just
pretty
the
stupid.
premise is dumb.
I like when they go into the basement and all the monsters come out, like all the different kinds of monsters, like all their different ideas, and I like that part. The part where they get into the basement and all the monsters come out and they start eating everyone that works there. I like that part.
Okay. Well, I'll tell you what happens at Midnight Mass. Screw you people. Basically, the priest goes to Rome. He's old. He's like 85, whatever. And he gets lured into like a cave, and he sees an angel. And then the angel basically makes him young again and tells him, if they drink your blood, just like Jesus, you'll cure everyone. So he goes back and he starts putting his actual blood into the wine for Sunday Mass when they drink people line up to drink the wine.
Uh-huh.
And then all of a sudden the girl can walk, and this lady's going from being 90.
Told you, Jim Jones. Boom, 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 boom,
Shut up.
That's Kool-Aid, goddammit.
That's Kool-Aid. It's not the same. Anyway, long story short, the angel shows up to the island at a big midnight mass on Easter so he could show them the angel. Well, the angel is actually a vampire. So he's turning everybody into vampires. And he doesn't know it.
It's Jim
Genius.
Jones.
He doesn't know. No, Jim Jones didn't turn everybody vampires.
Killed them all.
Good Lord, he
We
killed them
don't
all.
know that. We
my God.
don't know that.
They're dead. Good problem.
Thanks,
He-
Alex Jones. Shut
That
up.
Fucking fat consuming your brain cells. Good problem. Anyway, that's the twist. Everybody turns into a vampire, and the survivors of the island that figured it all out, what they do is they burn everything down. That way they can't escape the island, because when sun rises, they're all gonna die.
Well, there's no shelter, so
There's no shelter.
Mm.
Only 2 people survive: the paralyzed girl and this other kid. And what happens is when they all die, she becomes paralyzed again.
cut the head of the snake
You
off. and
cut the
everything
head
goes
out.
back to
Yeah, you
normal.
kill the main vampire, and your shit reverts. So
Yep.
it's a crazy ending because people are trying to bury themselves in the sand when they know that the sun's coming up and this, that. And I was like, you're all gonna die. And then you find out the priest's true motive, and you're like, you son of a bitch. It's all about his true motive.
What's his motive?
I can't tell you. It's the other twist. There's 2 twists.
Told us all the other shit. I don't need to watch it now.
But this part, I
Shit.
mean, okay, son of a bitch, you guys twist my arm here. Basically, his true motive is to turn the lady that had Alzheimer's into her younger self, just like he did, so they can be together forever. Because what he doesn't know is that lady's daughter is his daughter. Nobody knows that the priest basically had an affair with that lady. And so he wanted them to be all a family and all young again. And he got carried away and decided, I'm going to try to cure everyone, since I'm not, I can do this for everyone. And he didn't know that everybody was turning into a vampire until he started killing people himself on the island. And he's like, oh shit, everybody's gonna be
So it's a
thirsty.
love story. All right, I'll watch it then.
It's a good show.
So does he end up with his girl?
They all die. He does too.
Wow.
Yeah. They all die.
Just save yourself some time there, Johnny.
Yeah. Appreciate it.
Yeah. It's good though. I would give Midnight Mass 4 out of 5. It's a good show.
Whoa, bold statement. 4 out of 5. And you don't even know what category it falls under?
Well, it's categories as horror, but I would make it I would definitely call it a mystery thriller. You know, because you wait for the twist, like, man, this is like, what is, because the main character in the show is not the priest. It's a whole different guy.
It's a vampire.
No. It's a whole different feller that gets out of jail for a hit and run, and he finally comes back to the island after 10 years in prison. And
dumbass.
He figured it out.
And he's trying to figure his life out.
Go to prison.
He's trying to what? Wait, why would he go back to prison for?
Well, he went to the island. Who wants to go to a fucking island when you get out?
That's where his parents live. So he went back because there's nothing. If you got out of jail, what would you do? Just wander the streets?
Go eat.
Go into a field and be free.
Yeah, right. You go straight to
no
diner.
Bars, no.
Would you like to order, ma'am? I'd like to order the menu if possible. Thank you.
For my starter, the left side.
So he goes back to the island, and the thing is, you think the show is all about him. It's like 10 episodes, but he dies in episode 7 because he gets turned into a vampire and he figures it out. And he's like, I ain't living like this. He fucking goes onto the ocean with a boat during when the sun's up. He's like, fuck it, I'm gonna roast my ass. So anyway, there's another twist for you. The main character dies way before the show ends. There's a lot going on in this show. It's pretty good.
Live as a vampire.
You could live as a vampire.
Cool. Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, you could still do the podcast. Oh, I do the podcast, but all about vampires.
Yeah, absolutely.
You could have like food reviews, like the most garlicky toast in town.
No, you can't do garlic.
Die though, man.
Yeah.
You can't do garlic.
Oh, my bad. I'm a terrible vampire.
One day as a vampire, dead.
The show
Who wants a shot of holy
remember
water?
Johnny? He's a vampire. He did a garlic review.
I'm an idiot.
He had threw some garlic on his pasta. Game over. Anyway. All right, we'll take a break here with one more segment here on Nerds Talking the Podcast. We're right back after this.
Hello there, I'm Matt.
And I'm Jim.
From Dad's Doing Nerd Shit.
We are 3 dads recording a podcast about the shit we love and whatever catches our attention.
In the past, we've touched on everything from the MCU to cyberpunk, even cast iron pans.
And honestly, my personal favorite, what would movies look like if you replaced most of the cast with Muppets?
We know we aren't the best at this podcasting thing, but if you make it through our technical difficulties,
we will think you are pretty cool.
New episodes go live Monday mornings on iTunes, Spotify, and wherever you listen to your favorite podcasts.
We can also be found on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter.
So roll the dice and join us as we discuss the things we love and the culture around being a nerd.
Welcome back to Nerds Talking the Podcast, the 1-year anniversary special. Here with Johnny, Carlos, Lafayette, and I'm Marie. I'm Marie. Did you hear that? All right.
Shut your fat ass up. Come on, man. Just
okay, I'll do it over. Here with Johnny, Carlos, Marie, and I'm Lafayette. So we all saw the movie.
Food in your mouth.
We all saw the movie Free Guy, starring Ryan Reynolds. It was pretty good. If you're a gamer, you definitely gonna like it.
What is it?
It's called Free Guy, starring Ryan Reynolds. Marie, do you even know what Free Guy is? Because I know we didn't see it.
No.
All right. Okay. Well, in that case, you'll get to listen and you can chime in. Johnny, Free Guy, go.
Had a good time. I mean, I'm a big fan of Ryan Reynolds. Some people I had talked to, Ryan Reynolds is getting old. His humor and all that stuff. Because
he's been too old. Like it's just.
I mean, he's the same-ish character in all his movies, like the bodyguard, hitman bodyguard's wife, and all that stuff. But I still enjoy him. He still makes me laugh. I'll still watch his shit. So I had a good time in the show. What I'm waiting for is a Ryan Reynolds Channing Tatum movie. I think the combo of them would be hilarious together.
Yeah, they were funny together in the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
they were in the. He was in the movie too.
Yeah, he had a
Channing
little
Tatum was in it. Yep.
cameo-ish scene.
Yeah, no, I was the same as you. It was a good movie. And especially if you're into video games, it's a fun movie. The premise of it. But one thing is right.
What's it about? Hold on, I need to know.
It's about a video game that's similar to Grand Theft Auto.
Okay.
And one of the PC players, basically one of the computer characters,
Ryan Reynolds.
Ryan Reynolds' character named Free, or no, his name is Guy.
His name is Guy.
He
lives in Free City.
Yeah, he plays in Free City. That's the name of the game. He becomes an AI that is aware of himself. So he ends up doing whatever he wants. Unlike all the other PC players that repeat their actions day in and day out, he becomes free in the game and can do whatever he wants. There's of course more to it, but that's the basic premise. Good movie. It was fun. One thing's for sure though, yeah, he just comes off a lot like he's just Deadpool all the time. That's the problem with Ryan Reynolds at the moment. It's Van Wilder.
No, it's always been like that. Do you ever see that movie Waiting? Waiting was great, but that's where it started. Ever since that movie, that's that little, like one-liner types, like.
Well, no, that's his
start
delivery.
with Van Wilder. Van Wilder.
Yeah, I think Van Wilder was first.
But Waiting was his first movie. If you guys remember Waiting, Waiting?
No,
Waiting came
I was just
after
listening
Van
to
Wilder.
a podcast with him, and he said Van Wilder was the next one.
Van Wilder
was the next one.
Well, like after he had done Two Guys, a Girl, and a Pizza Place.
Oh, it was Van Wilder, and then it was Waiting.
Maybe I don't know. I'll check the.
You do some research.
The wiki on it, but
Carlos tells us about it.
But I just heard that on the podcast. So
Carlos,
no, you're right. Van Wilder came before Waiting. Oh, anyway, Free Guy. It was all right. I give it a 2.5 because I think it was dragged on a little too long. But I did like the GTA, the open world, because I'm used to playing games like that. And then I liked at the end where you got a little taste of some other games that he brought into it when he was fighting the dude. I thought that was pretty funny too.
That was hilarious.
For some reason, when I got to the end of the movie, I was thinking to myself, I don't think I'd watch it again. I saw it once, and that's good enough. What do you think? Do you think it has a rewatch factor?
No, I'll never watch that movie again.
I've seen it twice. And,
you have? Unbelievable.
I enjoyed it. I mean, it's not a classic like Tombstone where you can just watch that over and over again.
No, of course not.
But every once in a while, I mean, yeah. I've seen it twice and I enjoyed it.
Yeah, it was made for a specific audience.
But I don't, like, in reality, I don't think I would get a game where just video games are just doing whatever the fuck they want.
I mean, some of the best parts were like the Marvel stuff.
Yeah.
Star Wars was really cool.
And Fortnite, you knew that was gonna happen.
The Fortnite. I mean, I'll give it a 2.5 out of 5 is a good rating for that movie.
Yeah, that's what I said.
It's not like, I don't know. It wasn't hilarious to me. It was just a good movie. Marie, what'd you think? What'd you rate it out of 5?
Probably 1.
Good enough. I mean, you can't rate a movie you haven't seen, so good rating.
If it's another
Ryan Reynolds somewhere
movie, and it's like the same thing over and over, it probably sounds like something I would.
What's your favorite Ryan Reynolds movie then?
Probably Waiting.
Okay. Carlos, you have a favorite Ryan Reynolds movie? What's your favorite Ryan Reynolds movie?
I like Smoking Aces, but I don't know if that's a Ryan Reynolds movie.
That's a good one. Smoking Aces is good. But no, it's not a Ryan Reynolds movie.
He was
if I had to choose a Ryan Reynolds movie, it'd be one of the Deadpools, probably Deadpool 1.
Okay. Johnny, do you have any particular Ryan Reynolds movie that you like more than the other?
Well, first I'll give Free Guy 3.5. Solid 3.5.
Son of a bitch, he saw it twice though. So
I laughed. I had a good time. I mean, yeah, it was a good movie. Okay. But as far as Ryan Reynolds movies, I'm gonna go with Van Wilder. Hilarious. Green Lantern was
so
bad.
No, Yeah, it's crazy.
But no, I think I'd agree with Carlos. Deadpool, I mean, I had a good time from beginning to end. I could watch that over and over again, but only like the film version. You watch that shit on like TBS or whatever on cable, they bleep stuff out. It's just not as good.
Yeah.
Same with like Rick and Morty. You need the cussing, you need the vulgar stuff.
I see for me, it's either definitely maybe, which is a good one, where he tells his daughter various stories of who her mother could be. If you guys remember that one.
I haven't seen that one.
And then one called Just Friends, where he plays the fat guy.
That was awesome. I love that movie.
That's a really good one. So you said Story of Your Life?
Yeah.
Over the last week?
Wait, what's the story of your life? Waiting or
friends?
Just friends. Oh yeah. You're in the friend zone 24/7.
I'm fat.
Yeah, it is why. Don't say that. That's messed up. There might be some people listen to our show that feel like they may be overweight and not what you're doing.
They're probably not listening to this show.
No, because they're too busy eating.
Not politically correct. People have left because they're not cool. Everyone who gets it that we're joking is
nobody gets it.
No, they're smarter than that. They can think for themselves.
Yeah, so those are probably my favorite. I mean, definitely maybe is a good one, and Just Friends is.
I have to watch it. Definitely maybe now. I haven't not seen it.
Yeah, it's.
I thought his anime stuff was pretty good. Like he was pretty good in The Croods. He was pretty good in Turbo.
Yeah, I forgot he did Turbo. Yeah.
Even the Pikachu one. I mean, the movie wasn't great.
That's right.
But he was entertaining. I'll watch that once.
See, the thing is, when he does anything voiceover, it just reminds me of Deadpool. Even Pikachu, he had the same one-liners and comebacks, and I'm like, oh, look, Deadpool got turned into Pikachu. I think Deadpool, the Deadpool really kind of messed up his career in a sense of now he's typecast.
Now he's a one-trick pony.
Yeah, he's typecast as Deadpool. The same reason why Michael Keaton didn't want to keep playing Batman. He's like, I don't be typecast as Batman. Like, I'm good. I'm done. See ya. Because those type of roles, like for instance, Chris Evans, he'll always be seen as just Captain America, and that's it. I
mean,
it's like,
I guess it depends on. Like he was pretty good in Knives Out, I thought.
No, he was good in Knives Out. Yeah. Oh,
and I wasn't like seeing Captain America the whole time,
No, you know what? It's a big difference though, because Ryan Reynolds, like you guys said, he kind of delivers all his lines, and all his movies have the same one-line jokes, just like Deadpool's full of them. So we're not going to look at Daniel Craig always as James Bond. James Bond.
Well, I'm sure the new Netflix movie coming out next month with
Red
The
Notice.
Rock and Ryan Reynolds is going to be the same character. I think it'll be the same character.
Yeah, it'll be the same thing.
The one-liners, the funny guy. Yeah.
He needs to play.
Replace Kevin Hart.
What do you mean by that? Because Kevin Hart's the same guy over and over too? Yes, you're right. He is. Yes, he is. But Kevin Hart does do dramas. I think he tries.
The Rock is the same guy over and over.
No, but I think that I think Kevin Hart tries to do dramas to kind of get away from being that.
Did you guys ever see that movie Buried with Ryan Reynolds? That's
yeah. When he was
Buried, I didn't like it. Yeah, boring.
It was boring. It was like phone booth.
Yeah, it was in Afghanistan, I think, right, or Iraq, or whatever he was.
All right, well, there we go. We all decided Free Guy is average of a 3, and everybody shit on his career. Thanks, fellas. 1 year. Yay, Ryan Reynolds. And then we did a lot of fat jokes at Marie's expense and anorexic jokes.
Also at her expense for some reason. I don't know how you can do both.
Yeah.
Make fun of how fat and how
happen.
she is.
Yeah. So there you go. Thanks for joining us. 1 year in. We are we don't have one of the original hosts. He left due to political reasons. Maybe. I'm pretty sure that's what it was. And one guy's not here because he's a pop in, pop out type of fella. Good old Hugh McCord. And Marie finally joined us. Welcome back, Marie. Welcome back. Wait, were you not around because of Fat Camp or something? Like, why weren't you here? Anyway.
Coincidentally, it was the summertime, right?
Right?
So like right around
Right.
camp season is when she's been
I
gone.
think it was because of fat camp.
Huh.
Wow.
You
Wow.
fat fuck. You should have just told us. We'd understand.
Yeah.
And we probably wouldn't make fun of you as much now.
Yeah. No. Marie, thanks for joining. Thanks for coming back. Hope your soccer goes well for you and you guys win the big game. So, how many goals do you have before we go? You goal scorer?
I'm a defender.
Wow, loser. All right. Thanks for joining us. For Johnny.
See ya.
For Carlos.
Bye-bye.
For Marie.
Moo.
That's actually pretty good. And I'm Lafayette. We'll see you next time here on Nerds Talking the Podcast. Somebody take that cow out the pasture.
At the altar, a man with silver hair dressed in a black robe, with rainbow patches on each shoulder, chanted some cryptic phrases while kneeling. The smell of incense was heavy and made a cloud around the room. I took a step forward, making sure to stumble, and then proceeded to fall into one of the pews. For good measure, I put on a show of dazed confusion. A few people helped me to my feet, and one person said, "This man is already being made clean. The spirits are fleeing from him." Posing as an ignoramus, I fervently nodded. My body began to shake, and my fingers twitched as I made my way to the altar, giving them the present every heathen desires most, their righteous holiness.
This has been The Little Town of Rainbow. New episodes are released weekly and is available wherever you listen to podcasts. And if you like The Little Town of Rainbow, please share with your friends. It helps independent creators to reach an audience and continue to tell stories for free. Thank you.